I never imagined a single notification on my phone could shatter something so steady between me and my boyfriend, Daniel. We lived in a small, quiet apartment in Texas. Nothing extravagant, just warm yellow lights, a squeaky old couch, and a calm life we'd built together over 2 years. It wasn't perfect, but it felt safe. Familiar. Ours. Until the night everything cracked. The air that evening was heavy, thick like a storm waiting to break. Daniel had always trusted me more deeply than I sometimes trusted myself. He believed in honesty, in the goodness of people, and most painfully, he believed in me. And that's what made the truth suffocating to admit. It started when he noticed I'd been texting someone late at night. Short messages. Nothing dramatic. But they were from Adam, a man I used to be close to. We reconnected after years of silence, and one message turned into two, then long conversations I never should have allowed. I knew it was wrong. I knew I was edging toward a line I promised I'd never cross. But I kept telling myself I could manage it. That it was harmless. It wasn't. When Daniel walked into the living room holding my phone, my stomach dropped so fast I thought I'd choke. The look on his face, confused, wounded, trying to stay calm, told me he'd seen more than I ever wanted him to. "Why are you still talking to him?" he asked. My mouth wouldn't move. My heart felt trapped behind my ribs. All I saw was the hurt in his eyes, and the truth I could no longer hide. "I messed up," I whispered. "I crossed a line with him." The room seemed to lose all its warmth. Daniel sat down slowly, his hands trembling just enough for me to notice. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse me. He just asked one word. "Why?" And I had no real answer, only confusion, loneliness, and my own stupidity. I told him I'd been stressed, that I'd felt disconnected, that talking to someone else made me feel understood. But none of those excuses softened the heartbreak on his face. After a long silence, Daniel finally said, "You need to block him." It was reasonable. It was the right thing. It was the simplest step toward fixing what I'd damaged. But I froze. Blocking Adam should have been easy. Instead, the worst words slipped out of my mouth before I could stop them. "I can't block him, it's complicated." Daniel looked at me like he'd been punched. Not angry, just stunned. "It's complicated?" he repeated softly, like the phrase itself was unbelievable. I tried to explain. That Adam was going through things. That we had unfinished conversations. That everything felt messy. But the truth, the real truth, was that some part of me still clung to the attention, the ego boost, the familiarity. I hated admitting that. Even to myself. Daniel stood and walked to the window, staring into the night. In the reflection I saw his chest rising and falling as he tried to steady himself. "You cheated," he said quietly. "And now you're telling me you won't block him? How am I supposed to feel?" I stepped toward him, but he raised a hand, asking for distance without speaking. That tiny gesture hurt more than shouting ever could. He wasn't punishing me. He was breaking. "I'm confused," I said. "I never meant for any of this to happen." "Then do the simple thing," he whispered. "Let him go." He was right. And yet I had tangled myself in my guilt, my shame, and my fear of hurting someone else, even though I had already deeply hurt the person I loved. I sat on the couch and buried my face in my hands, feeling the weight of everything crush me. Daniel sat across from me. His voice was soft, tired, barely holding together. "You need to decide what you want." Those words hit me like ice. He wasn't controlling me. He wasn't threatening me. He was protecting what was left of his heart. "Do you want him?" he asked. "Or do you want me?" When I looked up, I saw everything I had put at risk. The calm mornings. His quiet humor. The way he held me like I was home. The life we were building piece by piece. "I choose you," I whispered. "I'm sorry. I'll fix this." He didn't take my hand, not right away, but he didn't pull away either. His silence meant he was hurting, not gone. I opened my phone. My hands shook as I typed the message to Adam, ending everything. No explanation. No long closure. Just a final line. Then I blocked him. 3 seconds. 3 seconds that could have saved us weeks of pain. When I showed Daniel, he nodded. Not forgiving me yet, but believing I finally meant what I said. The next days were quiet. Careful. Soft. We talked slowly, gave each other space, moved with caution instead of anger. He told me he needed time. I told him he could take all he needed. Healing came in small moments. One evening, he finally reached for my hand. Just a simple touch. But it felt like hope. We're still repairing what broke, still rebuilding trust, still learning, but we're trying. And sometimes, honest effort is how people find their way back to each other.